Welcome everyone, we've made it to the menstrual phase of the menstrual cycle. And I don't know about you guys, but I just thought of this. I always used to think that, and I still kind of do, I think of the menstrual cycle as the end of the cycle, even though it's the beginning. But it is the beginning of the cycle. Your menstrual cycle starts, day one is when the first day that you get your period, the first day that you start bleeding. In your menstrual phase, your progesterone plummets, the levels plummet, they go down, they drop, and progesterone is what keeps your endometrium in place, what keeps it nourished and stable. It's not only your progesterone, none of the key hormones are really playing a significant role at this point. They're all the levels are really low, I should say. And just like the progesterone, the HGC, that human chorionic gonadotropin hormone is really low too. And the progesterone, the HCG, I cannot say that. Neither of those are really high, and they're the ones that help sustain the endometrium, the uterine wall. So without either of those being significantly present, it's when the uterine wall starts to break down and disintegrate and flows through your cervix and it flows through your cervix and under your vagina, and that is your period. That's what you experience, that's what you see. It varies female to female, but this process takes around 5 days of the blood vessels and muscles constricting the oxygen flow to the uterus. And so the constricting is what kind of like works it and washes the lining out of your uterus and through the cervix and out of your vagina. No two females bleed the same amount. Blood loss is anywhere from 2 tablespoons to a cup, but the average is 5 tablespoons. And it can seem like a lot of blood when it's being absorbed and collected, whether that be in pads or tampons. But if you see it in a cup, you can kind of see that it's really not that much. Some days there's a lot more than others, but it's all in all, it's really not that much blood. As soon as your menstrual phase starts, your body is gearing up and preparing itself for the rest of the cycle. Even before day one, even before you start menstruating, your pituitary gland has started secreting a very small amount of FHS, the follicle stimulating hormone, that sends that signal to your ovary to start stimulating a certain follicle, start growing and maturing an egg, to be released about 2 weeks later. Sometimes the menstrual phase can seem like a really rotten time. We're really tired, really lethargic, blood coming out of us, and we are cranky, and just, I feel like there's so many negatives known about the menstrual phase that no one looks at the positives, but there are a lot of good things about the menstrual phase, so I'm here to share them with you. During your menstrual phase, you're offered a new perspective, you're offered a new way of looking at things, and just it's like a fresh start for you, and you can look at things from a new point of view maybe. One of my own personal greatest realizations with the menstrual cycle is realizing that I have to allow myself to slow down during this phase. And once you allow yourself to slow down, once you acknowledge the fact that you can't keep up with everything else that's happening around you, and you just understand that and you realize that it gets so much easier. It just makes you, it just like, it helps with everything. And if you don't let yourself slow down, if you don't let yourself to allow yourself to take a nap if you want to, or just not go to the gym that day, if you allow yourself to just like step back for a couple days, you're gonna be rewarded greatly, because if you don't, you're gonna be met with frustration, anger, you're gonna be really irritable. I know I personally get very irritable around my period, and I can sense it coming, I can sense it building, and things will happen, and I'll just like, I can feel it in my brain, just like I'll drop something and I have to bend over to get it, and I'll just be like, oh, and I'll be like, Victoria, and I know why I'm feeling that, and it helps me to kind of accept it and let it go. It sounds corny almost, but it helps so much when you understand that you're gonna be irritable, you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna be tired, and once you understand that, it like almost kind of goes away. But it doesn't, but it does. That makes sense. You're not gonna feel social. Don't feel like you have to go hang out with friends. This is a great time be alone, curl up on the couch, watch Netflix, hang out by yourself, and just be very, almost, I don't want to say self-centered because that has negative connotations, but just worry about yourself right now, because that's what you need to do. Everything is going to seem like it takes more effort, and that's just almost because it does. So allow yourself to kind of just let go of the responsibilities and the demands of the outside world for a bit, and just focus on nurturing yourself, because that's what you need to do right now. You're gonna have to let go of all the worry and concerns that may normally float around your brain. And it's great because you're just like, well, I don't have the energy to deal with it right now, so I just can't even, I don't even have it. Nope, I'm not gonna deal with it. And so you just let it go. And if you try to fight against your body's internal urge of slowing down and not doing as much, if you try to fight it with like sheer determination or caffeine or sugar, you're just gonna get really angry, you're gonna get really frustrated, and you're just gonna have a lot of negative emotions as a result. So just be like, nope, I can't do it because I'm gonna get angry. So sorry guys, like, no, I can't hang out tonight, I'm busy, I'm watching Netflix. We have to allow ourselves to kind of just go with the flow and let things work themselves out. And now I'm not saying be like this all the time, just let yourself be like this for a couple of days. The only negative with all of this is that it seems that the business world, the work world, a lot of it is focused on attendance rather than productivity. So a lot of places, they want you there from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. And they don't care how long it takes you to get your stuff done, you just have to be there. You could get everything you get done in that 8-hour span of time in like 2 or 3 hours if you really put your mind to it, but they don't really necessarily want that. They want you to be there for the whole day. So try and work with this, try to work around it. You know, if you're in a position, have a conversation with your boss and see if you can work at home for a day that week, or ask if you can, try to schedule meetings at a different time, put big project meetings at a different time. So anything where you have to be like really social or really engaged, try to push it to the next week, because it's probably gonna go a lot better. While you're sitting at home alone, chilling, watching Netflix, maybe take a time to light some incense, sit in a bath, and kind of go over your goals and your desires for that month and set intentions for this coming cycle, this coming month. Look at kind of what's gone on in the past, maybe just the past month, and see if there's certain things that aren't serving you the best, whether it be like negative thoughts, people, emotions, patterns of behavior, and you can just kind of be like, oh, I don't have the energy for that, and just kind of let it go and set up some new positive things to replace it. Then after you've let yourself just kind of calm down, reviewed your goals, allow yourself some time to daydream. Like, I am one of the biggest daydreamers that I ever could meet, and I'm probably not, but in my mind I think I'm a really big daydreamer. Like, I will zone out in the car or like on a bus or a plane, like at home, going to bed, waking up. Like, I love thinking through like different scenarios in my brain, and this is a really good time to do that. Think through, kind of look at a goal you have in mind and kind of daydream through the scenario that this goal happens, and what would happen if you reach this goal. We're gonna be very self-accepting during this phase, which is a great thing. We don't really have the energy to try and fix ourselves, so we just kind of accept things as they are. We accept ourselves, and we're very self-loving. So it's a very good time to be yourself and your body. Now let's skip forward to our abilities, what we're not good at, and all that jazz. So for ability, really good at deep inner reflection. I just mentioned this, you know, look at goals you had in the past, desires you have for the future, things that aren't working, people you shouldn't be around. It's a really good time to get connected to yourself and your soul, your innerness. I don't know what the word is for that, but you know what I mean. There's something about this phase that helps us kind of intuitively know what direction to go next, like what path we need to head down. There's something about just like how we're connected to our brain or our subconscious or like our deep innerness that shows us this is the way, go forth, this is the path you're supposed to go on right now. And like I said before, it's a great time to just like give the ego a rest. There's no need to sell yourself or like go out and tell the world about you. Just kind of let it go with the flow and just enjoy just being alone at this time. Do not expect yourself to be focused and dynamic and outgoing and energetic. You're not going to be good at networking or doing anything social or high energy, so just stay away from it. Just be very calm and la-di-da, and just imagine like a little river, and that's how I feel right now, and that's how you should feel too. Avoid working long hours, avoid not getting sleep, avoid pushing it in the gym. Like, physical exercise is still good. It has a lot of positive effects if you have cramps or any PMS symptoms, but don't put the pedal to the metal at the gym. You know, maybe just go for a walk or like a light jog or a bike ride. Nothing too crazy, kids. Things to watch out for that may pop up and may worry you, but they shouldn't worry you. Don't worry if you feel very disconnected, withdrawn, unsocial, unmotivated, unenthusiastic. It's okay, like that's just what this phase is about. It will come back. It will come back in full force if you accept that it's not here right now. Don't feel victimized by criticism right now. Don't feel overwhelmed by demands. Don't make any big changes. Like I said in my last video, I always want to chop off my hair. I've come to really accept my hair right now. I'm loving it. It's super long and crazy. I'm growing a dread back here, but I'm very accepting right now. But don't make any big changes. Like I said before, move slower, take naps, get plenty of sleep in general, and do not forget to nourish yourself with good, healthy food. That's all I have to say about the period, you guys, about the menstrual phase. It's a great time. It's the beginning of a new cycle. I'm gonna have a little like new moon party with myself tonight because tonight is the new moon, so I'm just in a great mood. So until my next video, I'll see you guys. Bye.